Today we're going to talk about this film right here, Snakes on a Plane. It stars Samuel L. Jackson. He was Shaft. No, not really. Actually, this is Shaft right here. There's Richard Roundtree. Then you got Shaft's big score. More like Shaft's big fro. Check it out, man. That's vintage 70s cinema for you. And then you got Shaft in Africa. And like I talked about last week, you get the sequels, then the remake. And it's a pretty good movie if you got some time to kill, or you're stoned, or you're up late. It was a good attempt to cross two genres of which I am a fan. That would be the Animals Run Amok genre, as well as the airline disaster movies of the 70s. It doesn't quite live up to the promise of that lofty aspiration, but I admire the attempt. Let's look at a clip!
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! Fucking windows.
So what essentially you have here is a sort of a cross between Frogs and Airport 75. Frogs is a good Animals Run Amok movie from the 70s. Today the Pond, Tomorrow the World. It's got rich white people in the swamp getting all fucked up by animals. You got spiders in here, lizards, snakes, alligators, and big giant frogs. Okay? Know what else? They're real. They're real animals. Little complaint, okay? I'm not anti-CG, but the snakes in this film, not all that scary. You don't really get to know them as characters either, you know? Where the fuck is the Black Mamba? Where's the Puff Adder? You don't know who's who. It's kind of, you know... So, it's good for kids. It's a lark. But there's just better movies, alright? So you want to check out Frogs and Airport 75. This is probably the greatest movie ever made. Karen Black got nominated for an Oscar for playing a flight attendant. What else do you need to know? I'll tell you what else. Charlton Heston in a yellow turtleneck. Okay, now here's my opinion. The thing they messed up with on Snakes on a Plane is they didn't have the all-star cast. If you're going to do a disaster movie, you have to have an all-star cast. The Poseidon Adventure was a hit because people wanted to see Shelley Winters drown, okay? The Towering Inferno was a hit because people wanted to see O.J. Simpson burn back before the trial. If they'd had the all-star cast in here, Red Buttons, Michael Caine, Carol Lindley, Roddy McDowell, getting bit by snakes, then you'd have something that would stand the test of time. Okay, a couple more snake movies. Anaconda. This is a good movie, despite the presence of these two. John Voight, it's his movie. Also, I recommend this movie because Owen Wilson is in it. And he dies. Remember, back before he got to be in every movie and just annoying the shit out of you, he would show up in a movie and die, and it was great. Armageddon, The Haunting, Anaconda. He also took a beating in The Cable Guy, so I recommend those movies if you're sick of Owen Wilson like I am. Kill Bill Volume 2 features a black mamba prominently. Not going to give anything away, but where did Quentin Tarantino get the idea for that? I'll tell you. From this movie right here. It's called Venom. Came out in 1982. This also crosses two genres, does a better job of it. You got the animal running amok and a hostage drama. Alright? So it's filled with suspense. It's kind of leisurely paced because that's the way films were back then, but that's fine by me. Also, it's a Euro thriller, so that means it's got a lot of drunks in the cast. Good selling point. Ignore the shitty cover art here. This is actually a pretty good movie. And again, a real snake. What else? Oh, here you go. Conan the Barbarian. It's got a whole snake cult. James Earl Jones turns into a snake. Conan fights a big snake. Good snake movie. John Milius directed that. Since we're talking about Schwarzenegger, Collateral Damage. What's this got to do with it? It's an okay movie, but it's got a key scene in there where some dude shoves a coral snake down another guy's throat. Sick. It stays with you. And since we're talking about Schwarzenegger, might as well talk about this guy. Cobra! You can't talk about snake movies and not bring up Cobra. Ha ha! Let's look at the poster. Okay, so here's your poster here. Stallone, Cobra. The strong arm of the law. Alright? Looks pretty cool, right? He's got the shades on there. The hair looks nice. Got the gun. Does it look familiar at all? Huh? Does it look familiar? You bet it does. You bet it does. Oh, here you go. What happened? Huh? That's the same fucking picture, isn't it? That's right. Someone was a little jealous. But that's okay, though, because Schwarzenegger ripped off Rambo with Commando. You know, the 80s were something. For those of you that don't remember, there was a great war. A war at the box office. Between these two. Back to you, fuckface. Wait a minute. Cobra, Shaft. I get it. You guys both got big dicks, huh? Okay, thanks. Now, let's look at a clip of my dog. That's it. That's it, we're done.